It's Week 17 of the NFL, and we'll see Tyrone Tracy. He should be a busy man out of the backfield. It's the Giants and the Colts. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. Now, they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. The longtime Panther Graham Gano has us set for a start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Colts heading out for the first time behind their 22-year-old quarterback in his 2nd season now in the NFL, Anthony Richardson.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. You talk about this Giant defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Automatic first down.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Richardson out of the shotgun. Flushed out right. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
And cue the applause, and there it is for him, the mark he's been aiming for all season long. 1,000 yards. Just the 3rd quarterback to reach that milestone, joining Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick. That's a season's worth of work and a huge commitment to get him the touches that he needed to make that happen. Congratulations.
And that's caught by the tight end, Branson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. Now Richardson back to throw it. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. They end up getting stumped twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They turn to Taylor on 4th. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. And it's caught. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Taylor is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
They'll run here with a rookie. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. You look at this Colt defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 5. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Locke. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The Colts offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a nightmare for defenses to try and contain all year long. NFL leader in rushing yards at the QB position here late in the season. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Brian Burns, the one to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 10. Look at this, a tight end carry. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. To throw it is Locke. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Jamie Gillen now on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. On the ground with a tight end. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Kylan Granson, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Colts have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And New York set to take the field. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 19 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Short throw pulled in by Bellinger. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll hand it to Tracy. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Thibodeau. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
Gano the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Richardson to throw again after the pick six. That one finds Pierce right side. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. Richardson off the play fake. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Richardson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Locke to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Block now to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big flag.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
In motion, Slayton.
Delay of game. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 2nd down.
So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Locke. And there's Manhurts, the tight end. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. In motion, Slayton.
Delay of game. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 3rd down.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. Locke gonna throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Well, this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Richardson to throw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll start with a run by Tracy. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. A perfect example right there, Charles, of why they love this rookie runner.
And think about how the NFL and the college games are meshing together more and more. You don't have to go to the NFL and learn a new set of skills, which you did in college.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lock. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 19.
Here's Lock. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Quiddy Pay in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage.
He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the 2nd quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this 1st half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
Richardson looking to throw. That complete to Downs.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Here's a 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, Richardson.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a 1st down.
Now Richardson.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half.
2nd and 6. Now it's Richardson.
Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Ball start, offense.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Gay knocks this one through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. DeAndre Swift, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. We saw former rushing champ Jonathan Taylor be a big-time factor in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Giants offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Running left is Tracy.
And some room to roam now.
And he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts' 36-yard line. 55 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little
under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
A loss of 2 yards. It's third down and 5.
From the gun on third down, Locke.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Locke.
Another pass complete to Bellinger.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down. Looking to throw. Locke.
Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third down, here's Tracy.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Second down and 6 now. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Again, it's Taylor.
No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And New York set to take the field.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
On to give, it's Tracy.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brings up 3rd and 3.
In motion, the tight end. From the gun on 3rd down. Block.
A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 4. Now Richardson back to throw it. He's got his man. It's Pierce.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Back to throw. Richardson.
That's complete to Pierce.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, spinning away. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a first down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, and then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers? A really nice run.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Throw going to be caught left side here by Granson. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Anthony Richardson.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And possession switching back to the New York Giants. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
On play action, Locke. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Quiddy Pay
able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now Locke, got to have this one. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They go play action with Richardson. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down.
Richardson. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Here's Richardson to throw.
Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And he takes it in for a Colts score.
Jonathan Taylor
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Colts are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead.
And the thing you have to love about Jonathan Taylor, he's a shifty speed guy most of the time when you hand him the football, but he's not coming off the field when you get down near the goal line because he's as tough and gritty as they come. And he finishes things off here by getting into the end zone.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And just shutting him off there.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Now Locke. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
Defense.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
In motion, Slayton.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 2nd down.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Here's Locke. Able to locate his man Slayton on an out route. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
And the Giants' 1st down.
Locke working out of the gun. He finds Robinson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff.
Delay of game, offense.
And that flag accepted.
Still 1st down.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. To throw it is Locke. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7.
At the 33-yard line.
Locke looks to throw it again.
And throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They look to throw. It's Locke.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
75 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Here we go. Second and 6.
Locke going to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Locke to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's Jamie Gillen now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line.
This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 2.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And that is no good. And this will stay a 3-score game at 24. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The New York set to take the field.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Throwing now is Locke.
He's got Slayton on the slant.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. Locke now to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Locke.
Out route pass complete to Bellinger.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Locke. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Colts,
they get the critical victory to move them to 9-7 now.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.